Welcome back. Happy spring. When I'm filming this anyway, it is very close to the spring equinox, so it seemed apropos to go outside and enjoy making the intro out here. Really quickly, before you watch these videos, I wanted to note that I have had some technical difficulties, which is why it's been a while in part. Whether that was my phone storage or the cord I was using or the editing software or the tripod, it's been really hard to make videos, but a lot of those are sorted out now. And I just wanted to note that I filmed these next two videos I'm going to upload. That for you might be this one you're watching and the one before it, or this one and the next one to come, depending on which one you've clicked on. Those were filmed in the fall of 2024. I was filming them for Vlogmas, and obviously it is no longer December, it is almost April. So it's taken a while, but we've gotten there. We've pretty much got it down now, and I figured out a new editing software. So the note is, whenever I say Vlogmas, just ignore that because it's no longer December and that didn't happen. Some of the clips I'm shopping for gifts, and again, it's no longer December, but I hope you'll still enjoy them anyway, and thank you for bearing with me and my inability to keep up with tech. Good morning. It's a very rainy fall day here. It's raining a lot. I have several errands to run. It is November 18th or 19th. But I'm filming these in advance of putting them out, so I have time to edit them and get them out without feeling super rushed with everything going on during this time of the year. But I have to run to a place, it's about a half hour away. It's the family cider mill where I've gone since I was little. It was just kind of the place we always went to, even though it wasn't close by, and it has just stayed as sort of the family cider mill that my family loves to come to. Now that they have moved down south, when they come here, they still love, if it's the fall, to get cider, donuts. Apparently my aunt loves to cook with the cider, and apparently no other cider will do, but I am going down south for the holiday in about a week, and I have been asked to procure some gallons of cider to freeze and then bring with me. So I'm going there to do that, and while I'm out there, I'm going to do a quick Christmas shop. There's right nearby there, just a few minutes away, is a Waldorf toy store that I've been meaning to go to for years, and I've literally never gone just because I'm not often out that way. It's not even that far, but I would love to go and check it out. I'll film some clips if I can. It's probably a very small store, so I don't really want to be weird with my camera. But also the crystal shop is nearby, and we're going to do St. Nicholas Day cones this year. So I thought some crystals in the cone for the stocking might be a really good idea, so I might stop and do that. And I'm considering also Trader Joe's is also nearby. There's not any close by where I live, so I might go there and get some food for when we're in Tennessee, but that's the one that I'm like, I just as well may as not. Just as well may as not. I just as well may not bother just because I'm not going to be there very long, and I just don't really want to bring a ton of food with me. And it's a holiday, there's going to be food everywhere. Normally I like to be pretty prepared, bring myself stuff, you know, that me and Lorelai like, but it ends up not really being super necessary because you can just pretty much find a fruit or a vegetable anywhere you go, you know. So we're going to go do those things and see how much we can get done in a short amount of time. Yeah, let's go see what we can find. I just arrived to my last stop, which is the family favorite cider mill, and I thought I'd show this little trail. Not trail exactly, but this spot, kind of off the parking spot. Muddy today. But this is where you could feed the ducks. There's usually ducks, but it's a little cold now. And we'd come over to this side with like cider or just to walk around or to feed ducks. And the funny bit of this story is that when we were kids, my dad used to always say that this is where the Griffs lived. Griffs. Oh, there's a duck. 2 of them. Pretty. So that if you get too close to the water or you're here after dark, the Griffs would come and get you or something like that. Dad, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the whole story, but we just knew this is where the Griffs lived. And he still says it to this day if he happens to be here. Shall we get some cider? Should have maybe worn rain boots and less long pants. Normally there's a line coming out the door, but it's a weekday and rainy, so it was the perfect day to come to not hit a line, I think. This little playhouse was here when I was a kid. It used to just be yellow. Now it's Star Wars themed. But it did used to be yellow. I used to play in it when I was little. You can still see some yellow paint too. There's these little benches inside. And the train. The playhouse used to actually be over there. Back in my day. Here she is. Time to get some cider and go home. Okay, all targets for traveling acquired. Time to head home. Editing me here, future me. If Santa visits your house, earmuffs for a second. Children earmuffs. Okay, I am home with so much cider. Alright, so I wanted to share real quick a couple of things that I found. Again, some of this I'm going to use in the St. Nicholas Day stocking. I'm really trying to lean in a little bit to some of our German roots with some traditions like that, and she'll craft her own cone for outside her door, and I'll share that in a different Vlogmas update, but somewhere here I'll put what those cones look like, or you can put them in a pair of shoes. But the little things. I got a couple bumper stickers for my car, because I had bumper stickers from Earthlore from my old car, but we have a new car now and I have no stickers on it. Got myself a little, I guess it's like an ornament, but I think it'd be pretty to just like hang in a window. $2.95 for like a die cut, wood piece. I thought they were like this unfinished pine, but the other side has some wood stain color to it.
I thought it was really pretty. So I did get a crystal necklace cage. She has some, she tries to wear them in a couple things she's got, but they always fall out. And so I got one of these wire cages so she could wear them safely without fear of the crystals falling out. I got her a sticker for her water bottle. She's been decorating her water bottle lately. And I got these, a little package of Guatemalan worry dolls. I feel like she had a worry doll when she was younger, but this is, it's very her to have something like that, you know, to, she's very big on her own emotional regulation and things like that. So I thought this little package of worry dolls would be really cute. I couldn't decide what kind of bag to get. They had lots of different designs. These were, I think, $2.95. Anyone who wants some stocking or winter cone or Yule gift ideas. So it comes with the like worry doll explanation. If you haven't heard of these, I'll go ahead and read it. According to the legend, Guatemalan children tell one worry to each doll, and when they go to bed at night, they would place the dolls under their pillow. In the morning, the dolls have taken all worries away. So the little paper looks like that. And there's, it's like 4 or 5 dolls in here. Oh, there's more dolls than I thought there were. Like that. So they're just these little figures with some like yarn. See if I can get that to focus a little bit. Focusing. Different designs, outfits. There's 6 of them. So these would be fun to make at home, you know, for like a little craft project if you wanted to just have your toddler or child like find little bits of sticks they can wrap yarn around and draw faces on. I thought that would make a cute stocking stuffer of some kind. So the St. Nicholas Day thing is new, but we do always celebrate the solstice. We have a whole day for Yule, wherein the gifts are an ornament, a new ornament for the year, a family game for us to play, winter jammies, and a book. So I will show my Yule gifts in another episode, but I have already purchased all of those for her. I still have to get my husband's, but I do have my daughter's Yule gifts squared away. Okay, so for crystals, I got a malachite, which is my favorite crystal. She doesn't actually own one of her own yet. It says they're good especially for children. Clears the way for positive changes. Whether or not you subscribe to all that, that's up to you. But she loves her crystal collection, and I think that they make really great little gifts. This is how we do the Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy brings crystals. So I only got 2. I got one of those, and I got this calcite. This big chunk was $2.95, and it's a really pretty like pinky quartz color. Calms the mind, alleviates emotional stress, connects emotions with the intellect, and enhances growth. But I thought that would be a nice piece to add to her collection because most of her crystals aren't that big. They're more like the size of the malachite or maybe smaller, and the malachite was $4. So the worry dolls, the cup sticker, 2 crystals, a crystal cage, and then lastly, I think she's old enough now to be getting her own supervised incense. I'm trying to not tear the paper because she wrapped it in this pretty butterfly tissue paper, but so I got her, they had a lot of cute ones, little flowers, a lot of cute kitties. She's very into kawaii, you know. So I got her this cute little kawaii looking one. I think that's supposed to be a baby kitten with it. I'm not sure, this guy here. But it just goes there, and I got her a package to go with it. This one smells nice. It's sort of like a dragon's blood smell, like a Renaissance festival smell, but with a little bit of pink. I don't know how to describe it. Like maybe rose, maybe jasmine. Just like a nice soap smell almost. This one's called Magic Monk. I love the Satya brand. And then with her own little, we do incense here. I don't burn it all the time, but I really like doing it if I've done like a deep clean on the house or something. So I can try and wrap this up even half as cute as the lady at the store did. So that's what I got her. I think a lot of that will be stocking stuffer. And I think the crystals I might do for St. Nicholas Day, because she knows, I mean, it says Earth Lore right there, you know? So she knows this is the kind of place I shop. So I don't want to give myself away there. I just realized she's not going to be able to see this video until she's older. I hope she doesn't anyway. Or she can be like, hey, isn't that what Santa brought me? Why do you have it? These come, if you get these at a crystal shop, they come in little bags. This one like barely fits in this medium bag here, but and then you can get the little cards. They're usually like surrounding the crystal you choose. Look like this. With the info on it. I used to keep all my cards, like, you know, to help me remember what's what. Sometimes some of them look similar, but they're different. But they're nice for if you're giving them as gifts too, or for someone who's new to a collection or whatever. I think they make a nice gift to give like that. And they're fun for kids because they'll keep the little cards and they can, you know, learn what is said about them and what they're called and stuff. Okay, and then lastly, the Waldorf store I went to, it was so cute. A play area, I mean, that's so clever. I love that there's a play area there so the grown-ups can shop a little bit and the kids can even like let you know as they do if they found a favorite toy of some kind. So you know what they're into there instead of just guessing. And everyone there was super nice. It was definitely small, but they fit a lot of stuff into a small space because of the kind of shelving they were using. So they're not short on stock, you know, even though it was a small space. And then they had that whole play area. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, it was really fun going there. And I didn't realize it was like 4 minutes away from Earth Lore. I could have gone years ago. For some reason, I thought it was somewhere else. Okay, so first thing I got some more beeswax candles for the Advent spiral that we make in December for counting the days. And we don't really use it as an Advent spiral. It's just something that we make. Whether we light the candles or not is anybody's guess. I'm not great about that. But these are a 20 count, so we might even do this like on St. Nicholas Day. And then you'd have, you know, about that many candles to use. Staunch vegans, don't come at me. I know it's beeswax. For me, there are things where I'm not as staunchly vegan as some, in the scope of like, I don't have a huge ethical hang up about bee products. I think it can be done unethically. Like if your honey comes in a little bear, you know, it maybe look at that. But I think a lot of people love their bees and leave them enough food and all of that. And maybe I'm just not educated enough on the issues. I haven't really been convinced yet that all of the bees are dying, you know, by using their honey, I mean, or their beeswax. And a lot of products that avoid things like the beeswax seem to be a lot more unhealthy too, you know. So I'm just kind of I'm kind of in the wind about it. Like I don't find it to be a huge ethical issue for me at this point, but I am also open to being wrong and being better informed of being wrong if I am. So don't come at me, because you know it's just apparently something I don't know yet if I'm wrong. But we got some Advent spiral candles. And then so for I don't know if it's, I guess for a gift, not for stocking, but I got this. It came in this little drawstring bag, this little cloth bag. It came with 4 shooters and 70 marbles. I literally just watched Squid Game. I love Korean television. And I had not yet, of all of the Korean TV I've watched, I had not yet watched Squid Game, which is arguably one of the most famous over here in America, probably. So I figured I probably better watch that one. And literally the first thing I thought of when I saw these was the marble game. I don't think I knew how to play marbles until I watched Squid Game. I think it's a great way to learn even and odd, as long as you're not playing for life or death. If you've seen Squid Game, you know if you know, right? They had this cute little set of, I guess set of 2 spinning tops, like very simple, but would that not make a cute stocking stuffer? This was only $1, and you assemble it yourself to make a little spinning top. I thought that was pretty cute. I did also get some art. I got 3. I was having a hard time deciding. They had all kinds of postcards and art prints there of art by like Elsa Beskow, Sybil von Olfers, just basic, any kind of like Waldorf art, etheric art, you know, it was just all beautiful, and I wanted so many of them, but I got 3. Okay, so I got this one, which is actually a card. I'm just not going to use it as a card. Is that not? I love this kind of etheric art, and I've tried so hard to learn how to do it myself, but I'm not there yet. I have not succeeded. So I'm excited to have this little print because I think it's so beautiful, and I can't seem to replicate it myself just yet. I don't know if you can see all her little features that are just barely there, but beautiful. I loved it. And then I got this one. This is Nikros Klaus by Ruth Alsacer. This postcard art. But I thought this would be, since we're going to formally do St. Nicholas Day this year, I thought this would be a nice print to have out to add to our collection. And then the other one I got is not winter themed. They had lots of winter themed ones, but I got this one because as a forest school girly, this just, like, this is gonna be a forever keepsake for me. We've always had a stick fort, you know, where we do forest school, especially the main place we used to go years ago and our current one now, and watching the kids work on the stick fort. I mean, this is like, it may as well be a painting of our forest school days, and it just makes me feel so warm and fuzzy, and I just couldn't believe they had an art print that looked like this. This one is by Marjan van Ziel, and it says, "Our cabin in the wood, onze hut in het bos." Made in Holland. So I just got this one because I loved it so much. These prints were $1.75, and I think they're great for if you like to get like your nature table cards, like seasonal cards, and you just are not a drawer. You can't necessarily make all of you can't replicate all of the stunning artwork you see on Pinterest or on Waldorf blogs. This is the way to go, you know, because I like to paint, I like to draw, but I don't have that skill. I do have a book to up my skills on Waldorf painting that I'm hoping to improve myself a bit. But so one thing I got for this might be really good for the cones, honestly, for the St. Nicholas Day cone, so that we can do this in December, or maybe as the solstice activity instead of the game, I don't know, or just whip it out whenever. They had in their clearance section these so beeswax candles that the kids roll. These are really nice for kids in particular. They use the warmth of their hands and roll it into a taper shape with the wick rolled up inside. And they're easy to make, like simple to make, you know? I remember her making some rolled candles. We were visiting a friend, and this was the activity they were doing, and I remember having a really good time doing it and wanting to keep doing it. So when I saw these in the clearance section, I thought perfect. And they're Christmas colors: green, red, kind of like an off-white color there, plant-based cellophane, biodegradable. I'm pretty stoked on this. It actually comes in a kit, she was telling me, is why it's in the clearance, and it wasn't with the kit. They come with like a set or two of these taper holders that fit these when they roll them. These were $1.99, so I got one of these. How cute, right? And it came with something else that goes, you know, you can add to it. Maybe it was like a wick trimmer. I'm not really sure, but I didn't need the whole kit. I was pretty happy with this. So this was $10 for all of these. And I thought that would be a perfect winter activity because I have some supplements that I look forward to doing winter activities, and candle rolling and modeling is something we don't really get to do because I never have those supplies, which leads me to the last thing I got, which she kindly wrapped up for me. But I got some Stockmar modeling beeswax. So this is the real deal, this stuff, you know. But what was cool about the store is that they had them in singles. They might have been $2.95 or something, and these should last a really long time, like make several projects. And again, because it's like pure beeswax, you use the warmth of your hands, so it's not like a Play-Doh. And I think with Lorelai being 8, it's a good age for her to really be able to be intentional with her project at this point. When she was 3, etc., I didn't really want to invest in a package of them because, you know, I knew she would probably think of it as like Play-Doh and get frustrated that it was so difficult to work with. But I think, you know, if she had only ever done modeling wax, then it would have been fine, but she hadn't. She was used to Play-Doh, and that's just the reality. But I got some winter colors, so this is just going to be for decorating, I think. I don't think it's going to be for anything other than our winter activities. But I am really thrilled to have visited the store. I really enjoyed going there and seeing the different things they have. So many things I would love to buy, but didn't. Yeah, so that is what I found. So I'm going to hide this stuff away. All right. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for shopping with me. The dogs are playing now, so it's a good time to say Auf Wiedersehen. Bye.